On this week's Keeping It Real, Cam tells us about some early morning attacks that are happening in his part of town. You'd be surprised at who is doing the attacking.
On the top of the Tangles Hair Salon on Bit and Spur Road in Mobile sits a hat and a headlamp with its light on. The headlamp is the type that an early morning jogger wears before the sun comes up. How it got there is a heck of a story. Dennison Crocker jogs before daylight nearly every morning. His headlamp lights the way. One dark morning near Bit and Spur Road, a giant thunk, thud, and whoosh caught Dennison off guard, and his hat and the light were gone. Something had hit him in the back of the head. His light was now flying away and stopped on the roof of Tangles. The culprit? An owl, likely a barred owl. They're the ones known to attack. But that was just the beginning. Weeks later, he was jogging not far from the same spot when the owl hit him again. He was in the middle of the road and bang! Dennison started swatting wildly in the air, and just then a car stopped to ask if he were okay. Dennison was, after all, wildly swinging his arms around in the middle of the air in the middle of the road before daylight early one weekday morning. He told the driver about the owl. The driver looked concerned for Dennison's mental well-being and slowly drove away, and just then the owl hit him again. The driver reversed back, seeing Dennison wildly swinging his arms again, and offered to get him out of there. Dennison dove in and went straight home. The owl has become quite a star around here. My new best friend ChatGPT says the owl is either protecting its nest or it thinks Dennison is poaching on its hunting ground, and it's probably the latter, since I think it's a bit early yet for owls to be nesting. So Dennison, per the owl, looks like a food supply threat. And, well, maybe he kind of does. Dennison's a big solid guy, and I'm guessing he needs a lot of squirrels to fill up, leaving fewer for his owl friend. The owl is rightly concerned about Dennison taking more than his fair share. I learned about all this at my regular Thursday beer drinking session with my homies. And it was Jay Stubbs who told Dennison's story only because Jay told us he had been attacked too. Jay's an early morning walker, and not far from Tangles where Dennison's hat sits, Jay got hit by what he says felt like a broom over the back of the head. His hat flew off and all he saw was wings. Jay, too, looks like a food supply threat. Jay could pack in some squirrels. Oddly, I'm on Team Owl. I don't want anyone to get hurt. I don't want any eyes gouged out. But I like it that in our terribly predictable world, we have to worry about owl attacks. It makes me chuckle. Getting attacked by an owl is something you would never have predicted sitting on your couch New Year's Day, making guesses about your upcoming year. It's a wonderfully refreshing story of life's randomness and unpredictability. So what's the moral? It's simply this. It's against the normal order of nature for people to exercise before daylight. Even the owls know this. I'm Cam Marston, just trying to keep it real.
To hear more commentaries, search for Keeping It Real with Cam Marston on your favorite podcast app or follow Cam Marston on social media.